So today is day 129 of the Storm experiment. No seed oils, no meat, no animal food products, no highly processed foods, barefoot walking in the jungle and exercise. So I feel so thankful to God for we have reached till this day 129, and you just feel amazing because you have total control over what you're eating, and your body is thanking you. And you know these days I'm busy, to refine the way I live, to refine the process, okay, and to make sure that I'm fine tuning other aspects of my life as well. Especially, right now it's about the clothing that we are wearing. We are so much exposed to fast fashion and all these things right now, and the way companies, ma- majority of the companies are, you know, uh, producing these fabrics, these clothings. You have to be really careful. Like, you need to know what kind of fabric you are wearing, and because some fabrics, they are actually not good for your body, right? So fabrics like polyester, acrylic, all these that have microplastics and all these things. So when you wear these kind of clothing, they slowly get inside your skin, inside your bloodstream, and you know causes the body to be under like some kind of unnatural state. And the best fabric for your body are, like, the more natural you can go, the more organic you can go. It's like organic cotton and linen and bamboo and nettle. So I'm trying to go more into a sustainable kind of fashion, where I just need a few pieces of clothing that are natural, that are more long lasting, and not to fall into the this fast fashion trend. And that way, I will also be living in a way that I don't spend too much of money, like, on useless stuff, right? So we have to be very mindful of the way we live, the way we spend our energy, our money. And we have to be, we have to live with intention, with purpose, with meaning. Each and every step that we take in our life should have some kind of intention, some kind of meaning, some kind of purpose. It should not be like, we are just blindly following the crowd and doing whatever other people are doing, like mindlessly, just following trends and following cults. So the thing is, like, you should have control over whatever you are doing in life. You should have, like, proper understanding of why you are doing what you are doing, and do not let you know this world brainwash you into doing something that you were never supposed to do, and that actually causes harm to your body, because this body is such a beautiful gift from God, right? And we need to take care of it as much as we can, and we need to use our God-given brain to think wisely, to every step that we are taking, to make it intentional, to make it purposeful, to make it meaningful. And you know when we were young, when we were kids, we didn't know about all these things, right? We were not in a position to think about life in a logical way. So we just like lived our life, just ran around, just jump around, just played around like kids. But then, there's a point in our life where now we need to understand that, the things that have been bombarded onto us, the clothing that we are wearing, like, I am so surprised, like most of the clothing that I own are actually not good for the human body, right? I'm checking the sweater that I really love wearing sometimes, and I see that it's actually made of acrylic. Acrylic is something like, it's a mix of polyester and all these things, like, plastic. So I have to get rid of that, right? Now I have to make, wiser choices where, I don't have to fall into the trap of fast fashion, of like, buying whatever like is trending or anything like that. But then, I want something that is a timeless piece of clothing that is actually very functional, that, you know I mean, if I wear that type of clothing, it's actually like serving some kind of purpose. uh Most important than aesthetics, it's, the function. It should function properly, and it should allow, you know my body to be able to move freely, right? to be to allow my nerves and my blood to flow freely, right. So, I want to select a few pieces of clothing where, it has been designed in such a way that it's good for the human body, and it's free from these artificial dyes, that actually, over time they might seep into your skin, and it might go into your bloodstream, and, it might cause the body to react in, unnatural ways. So, so that's the thing, right? And because I want to refine myself up to a level where, I can share all of the wisdom, and, to create this kind of system where, you know to be able to tell what a being was designed to be, how to be, right? How should human beings live their life, and how should human beings use their body? What was the human body designed for, right? So that, you'll be able to live a life that is meaningful, that is purposeful, that is joyful, the way God intended us to be. And, we will be free from all these lifestyle diseases, like, this is all because of thoughtless lifestyle, that we didn't give too much thought, into the kind of food that we are eating. Eating all these highly processed foods inside of packets, just because they taste good doesn't mean that they are good for our body. So, we have this feature inside of us which is called self control. And, no matter how tasty it is, no matter how good it feels, but then we have this power, you know we have this power inside of us to not consume those things, because we know eventually they are not good for us. They are more like drugs and additives. Like, it might make a being feel good. They get that kick and all these things, but then it's actually not good, right? Yeah, for their health, for their life. So, it's not just about the physical things that we consume, but it's also like the mental things that we consume. Like, what is good for our mind, what kind of things we should expose our mind to, right? because some things are actually not good for our mind. It corrupts our mind, it corrupts our thinking, it corrupts our the way we look at life, the way we look at people. So we have to make sure that the fuel that we are putting inside of our body, and as well as the fuel that we are putting inside of our mind, they are the right kind of fuels, right? So something that will be good, not just for our body, not just for our mind, but for our spirit as well. So this is the thing, like we are such beautiful, you know, creations of God, that He has given us this ability to think for ourselves. We have the free will. We have to, we have we have this feature of to make wise decisions, you know, and to be able to avoid certain things that are actually not good for us. I mean, we can think for ourselves, unlike other creations of God. Like unlike animals, they don't have this ability to think what is good for them, what is not good for them. I mean, if you just give them anything, if they feel it's good, it's tasty, they will eat it. So, but then we as human beings, we shouldn't allow ourselves to live, you know, to live mindlessly, right? We have to be mindful. We have to use our brains. We have to ask questions. We have to be curious. Why is something a certain way? Why is this thing like this? And what if this thing enters my body, enters my mind? Will it be good for my body? Will it be good for my mind? Won't it corrupt my body, my health? Won't it corrupt my mind, my brain, my thinking? So because the ultimate goal is to be doing something that would honor our God, our Creator, our Father in heaven, right? Because He has given us such good things, and we should not misuse any of these things that He has given us. We should not create for ourselves something that that actually corrupts us, corrupts our body, corrupts our thinking, corrupts our way of living. So yeah, so that's what's happening right now. I'm just like making sure that whatever fabric, a piece of clothing that I own will actually help my body and will help me to to move more, and it's actually good for the normal functioning of my body, the, the normal flow of blood. It shouldn't be so tight, or so so this is the what I'm trying to do right now before I continue to make my design content, and to be that ray of light to the world. Like when the world sees me the way I live, hopefully they'll get inspired, and they'll be able to make wiser decisions in the way they live, not to be like brainwashed, or to just blindly follow the crowd, follow trends. Everything has to be intentional, everything has to be purposeful, and everything has to be aligning with the will of God, aligning with the mission of honoring Him, and that is the kind of legacy that we want to leave, you know, before we leave this world. To be able to live in such a way that, you know, it actually gives us freedom, and we can also inspire others to live in the right way, in the way that we were designed to live, in the way that this human body was designed to live, right? So yeah, that's it for today, and you know, take care of yourselves, eat clean, eat well, enjoy your movements, and do it all for the glory of God. And I'll be seeing you back again tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.